back to this week's hashtag Fancy Hair Friday. Today's hairstyle is going to be a little different because I am taking you guys with me to the hair salon as I transform from rose gold to this beautiful blonde hair. It is super cute, I'm loving it, but it was a process. Getting rid of that reddish pinkish hair was a mission, but we finally got it, and I did add new extensions, so I am feeling fresh, I'm feeling clean, I'm loving it. So I want to show you guys how it looks. I take you guys with me to the salon to show you how the process was, the whole transformation process was, and I think we got really good footage, so I'll be sharing it with you. And if you guys have any questions, concerns, or anything you want to know about hair extensions, please leave it in the comments below. If I don't know the answer, I will try to get the answer for you. So let's get started. Hey guys, so we just finished applying half of the hair with the actual extensions and then with the white tip, and then now we're going to be actually the taped in ones, and then we're going to do the other half of my head, the top part, with just the tip. I've never done this before. I always just add just the taping, but we're going to try something new to see how it looks, just so that way I can do more different hairstyles and I have to worry about the extensions showing. So let us know comment below. Let's get this little one out of the way because today's video is in regards to addressing everybody's questions about hair extensions. So, and not just any hair extensions, I'm more talking about taped in hair extensions. It's what I have the most experience with and what I think I know best. Versus clipped-in extensions. I do think that clipped-in hair extensions are great if you want to just have volume for your hair during your wedding day or for a special event, or you just want to add some, some volume to your hair. And even if you want to just add length, they're great for, I think, like more like a temporary thing. If you're looking for something like I am, I don't like to wear taped-in hair extensions. Clip-in hair extensions. It's not that I don't like to wear them. I just like to have these the taped-in ones versus clip-ins, just because I feel like they're temporary, but they're more permanent. If that makes any sense, meaning you put them on, you go to the hair salon, your hairdresser, she puts them on, and you don't have to take them off for maybe 8 to 10 weeks, and then you go back in, she takes them off and does like a cleaning on them, does your roots, fixes your hair, whatever you need to do, get a haircut, and then we'll reapply the extensions and move them up closer to your root, because as your hair grow, obviously the taping will start moving down. I'm wearing hair extensions for over 10, I would say like maybe 8 years now. Come here, Pink. And I can't tell you that I will never not have my hair extensions. I've removed my hair extensions and worn my hair regular for a few months, but I do enjoy having the hair extensions on. First, because I feel like it damages my hair less, because I do a lot of heating. And you guys know I do a lot of like heated styles to my hair. So when you do your hair with the hair extensions on them, your hair is kind of like intertwined with the extensions, so I feel like it damages your hair less. Yeah, so I really enjoy having extensions. They don't bother me. Now I will have to say that if you do the bonded extensions, which is like the tiny little ones, like they're just like a few strands, I do notice that the first 1 to 2 days your head is pounding. The headache, you get a headache, and I think it's mainly because it's kind of pulling on the hair. What I do notice as well is that if you are going to be doing the bonded extensions, which is like the tiny little beads that you attach to like a very small section of your hair, you have to be more careful with who's going to be doing that for you, just because you want to make sure that they don't put too much weight on your hair, because you don't want your actual hair to fall off. So and like to be pulled on. So you know, I usually with my mom will do the hair shorter, or maybe like she'll get put less hair. So I do enjoy taped ins a lot better. But another pro about having taped in the bonded hair extensions better than the actual taped in is because, for example, if I wanted to pull my hair completely all the way back, you don't notice where the taped in the bonded extensions are at. They're very seamless, so you get to hide it a little bit better, versus if you have the taped ins, when you do move around your hair, you kind of sometimes can, depending where the placement of the taped ins, you can kind of see it. So you tend to wear a lot more styles that are just down, like more like lower ponytails. And you guys see a lot of my hairstyles are more focused to taped in hair extensions, just because I do have them a lot all over my head. And then I also noticed too that if you do have taped in ones versus the bonded ones you can pick up your hair completely. You can have a lot of messy updo hairs and you can't see it. So this time, usually around time like this, like when it's spring and summer, I tend to have maybe do more in the middle. I'll do like the taped ins, and and then all around my head I will do the tiny little bonded ones. I think these are called bonded, and then the little beaded tiny little strands. I tend to do those more, just because I do have, let me try to move this. That's why I didn't want to do a hairstyle for you guys today, because I wanted to be able to just show you guys. So you see, and we don't put a lot, just because I have very thin hair. I don't want to so there it is. So I can show you guys more, but you see, like I can pick up my hair like this completely, and you can't even tell, like depending how I fix it, you can't even tell where they are. But I mean, you could if you want to really look at it, you know. It's just different. It's fun to be able to play with the two different extensions and do different hairstyles, and be able to just, you know, have long hair, short hair. Another thing I wanted to address with you guys, which is actually what you guys wrote on the comments that I asked you guys. Let's see. Okay, I have 78 comments. Hold on a second. Let's see. One of the questions that I get a lot is, does it hurt? No, it doesn't hurt. The taped in ones does not hurt at all. You don't even notice you have it, at least for me. I'm so used to, but even when I started putting them on, I didn't even notice I had it on my hair. Like, it's just something that tapes in, but it's such a big strand of hair that is taped as a sandwich to your hair that I don't even feel it. It doesn't bother me at all. Let me see. How do you find extensions that match your color hair perfectly? So your hairdresser will most likely be the one to buy the hair extensions for you, and what she'll do is, what my mom does is, we wait until I get the extensions. Once they come in, we'll see if it's a little bit more to the ashy color, depending if I'm trying new ones, or we'll see if maybe the color is a little bit more yellowy. The good thing is that if you do get really good hair extensions, you are able to dye them and maybe apply toners to kind of match your hair. So I just recently went back to being blonde, so we did a toner, and it currently does not completely match with the bottom of my hair, but we want to see once I wash off this, which that's the thing too, if you're like, I have my mom, so I don't have to do everything all at once, but and then also because I have the store now, I'm not able to be there for so many hours. So with my mom, like, we'll be able to just do little things and then go home and try it and whatever. So I have a toner here. It's a little bit more ashy than the yellow on the bottom, but once I wash this off, because the toner does come off, so once I wash it off, like, I haven't washed my hair since I did it this week, so once I wash it off, it'll be even out the same color. But that's how you do it. If not, what you can do is just order the actual hair, bring it to your hairdresser and have her make sure that your roots and your highlights or the top of your hair matches the bottom of the extensions before applying them. Are they noticeable? I think people don't notice. When I tell them I have hair extensions, they're like, what are you talking about? And I think a lot of it has to do with the person who's doing your hair. I always make sure that every time we apply the hair back, or we do a maintenance and we move up the extensions, that my mom does trim the hair. I also do a lot of treatments to it, but I think that having a hairdresser do your hair, cut your hair, and blend it with your hair, with the rest of your hair, the way that she blends it with a haircut, that's what's gonna make it look very natural, and that's what I try to do. Do you wear your extensions when you wear your hair wet as well? Okay, so I think a little people might be a little confused, because I do have, once you have the taped ins, you don't take them off until you go back to the hairdresser, and then they remove it with like a special liquid solution. So my hair is wet. I tend to dry my roots. You guys seen it. I do with a blow dryer. I dry, and I try to dry the area where the tapes are in, just so that way to make sure that it doesn't start moving down, because it's wet. But I have never had any issues with my hair with the extensions being wet. I've even gone to I jump in the ocean. I try not to. I take care of my hair very, very well, just because I need my extensions to last. If not, it becomes a very expensive habit. So I take care of my hair, the extensions, just as I take care of my hair. When I do treatments, I do the treatments to the extensions as well. When I do masks, I do masks to the extensions. I treat the extensions as if it was my own hair. I try to apply heat protectant on it, and I don't think they're very noticeable. So anyways, I hope I answered that question. How do you find them to match? I already addressed that one. Do you keep your extensions in all the time? I do. I keep it for it. They usually last me 8 to 10, or maybe sometimes I can even push it to 12 weeks, and then I go back in and then we move them up again. So, and everybody says the same thing. I can't believe those are extensions. How did you pick the color? I already addressed that. Do you put them in yourself, or you go to a salon? I go to a hair salon. I don't, I believe that everybody has a talent, and as much as I may want to do my own hair and try to do my own hair at home, I feel like there's just certain things, like, leave it to the professionals. I would never, especially like where dyeing your hair, doing anything chemically to your hair, I try to keep it I don't do it myself, just because I'm not a hairdresser. I'm not a professional. I didn't go to school for that, so I leave that for the professional. Just like, I don't know, like doing my nails. I do know that people can do their own nails at home. I try to do my own nails at home when I need to, but I also go get my nails done, and I let the professionals do what they need to do. Take away cut my cuticles correctly. I don't know how to do that, and I don't mind my makeup. I love doing my own makeup, but if I am going to be doing walking a wedding, I kind of just leave that to the professionals and let them do what they know how to do best. How long are your extensions? I usually start off with the 20 to 22 inch extensions, and then I go back and I just start every time, like I said, every time I go in for a touch up or I have to move the extensions up, I have my mom trim the extensions. So I usually start off with the extensions like between 20 to 22 inches, and then once we put them on, she'll cut it, and then maybe like 2 to 3 inches, and then we'll go from there. So every time I go in, like we'll cut another like inch or so. So by the time that I've been wearing them for a year, my extensions are pretty short already. And yeah, so that's what I do. And then what I also do too, you guys, is I normally have my hair right now is at this length. Let me see here. So you see my hair is like here, this length here. And so at this moment I am using the extensions for length because I want my hair to, I want the length that it is now with the extensions. But I also have used extensions for many years just for volume, because I have a very thin, very fine thin hair. So I've used it in the past for just for volume, and then I've also used it for length. So I have been using for length now for, I would say, maybe a year and a half or so. I love short hair. I love the way it looks. I see girls wearing their hair short, I die for it, and then I have my mom cut it and I instantly regret it. So that's the reason why I am wearing the extensions for length now, because I told my mom to cut my hair. I also told my mom I wanted to go pink, and to go back to blonde was a process. And yeah, lesson learned. Every time I have a crazy idea, I tell my mom, and she's like, yes, let's do it. And then now I'm like, why, Mom? Can you just stop me from doing these crazy things? Like, and yeah, she doesn't stop me, because my mom is just like me. She loves to try new things. My mom loves to test things out, and usually I'm her guinea pig, and I'm all up for it. But I promise that I'm going to keep my hair this color for a little bit, because it was a process to get back to this color. How long do they last? I already addressed that. Can you dye them? Yes, you can dye your extensions. It all depends if it's real human hair. And when they say it's real human hair, you guys, it's really not really 100% human hair. It means that maybe they blended synthetic hair with real hair. I am trying a different extensions this time around. I'm trying 2 different hair extensions. So I will let you know how it goes, like how much I like it, before I start telling you the brand and stuff that I'm trying. I'll let you know if I recommend it. But for now, the one that I have, they're real hair, and it has a really nice texture to it. You can tell if the extensions are going to be good if maybe if you can like test out like heated, like a tool, like maybe like a curling wand. You will see that maybe like if it's fake hair, you will wrap the hair around the wand and it's going to stay there because it's plastic. So be careful. I love hair tocks. A lot of salons do use hair tocks, so I highly recommend them. Hair tocks, or oh my gosh, they have another name, can't remember, but it's hair talks. So if you do hairtalks.com, I think you can find them, and you can find, I think, their sister brand as well. Can you dye them? Yes, you can. Not every hair extensions, but mine you can. You guys seen it. I went from pink, I've done my hair this blonde, and I've gone completely dark. The only thing that you want to be careful is changing the color of the hair. Is whatever color you have on your roots, that's pretty much the color you want to make sure that you get your extensions, just because you do have the tape in part, which is going to be taped into your let me see if I can show you guys like this. It's going to be taped into your actual the roots of your hair, and you want to make sure that it blends just the same color or similar, just because when the wind hits, or maybe when you have your hair up, something like that, when you do see it, it doesn't look like, oh my god, totally she has extensions. Look, you can see like it's a huge like mesh like up top. So yeah, just be careful with the color. I try to match, unless if you're doing, like for example, I would love for my entire head to be this color, but for me to get my hair to be this color, I won't have any hair. So I do go with the lighter color, but that's why we only apply the taped in hair extensions to the middle of my head, and then around it I do the small ones, which I was showing you guys before, because I want to make sure that I have the roots a little darker, and then the ends. So it's really up to you. But if you're gonna be doing black hair, don't buy blonde extensions, because what's gonna happen is that as soon as the wind hits, you're gonna see your taped ins. Let me see. This time around, what type of extensions did I get? This time around, I'm testing out 2 different hair extensions, so I will not tell you guys which one it is. I just don't know if it's good. As of right now, it's good. I haven't washed it. And usually the first time you wash the extensions, the hairs tend to like open up a little bit. Like right now it's just so pretty and it's very like straight. So once you wash, you kind of get to see like the real feeling of the hair extension. So I will I want to test it out for a little bit. I want to wear it for a few months and see how much I like these, if like how durable they are, and I'll let you guys know. But for the ones that I really use, that I highly recommend, is hair tops. Let me see. Are you able to put your hair up with the extensions? Yes, I am. It all depends how you have them, the hairdresser tape them in. What I recommend you to do is that while you're there with your hairdresser, ask her, once you have the taped ins placed, ask her or try to do some of your hairstyling. Like for example, a lot of girls do like to do the top knot here. I personally don't like the way it looks on me, but like for example, if I did it, this is all my real hair, so since I do like to kind of like sometimes mess with this, I don't have the taped in extensions or any other extensions placed too high up, because I like to play with this hair. But for example, like if you were to go to do this hairstyle and you place a tape in band right here, you would see it. So make sure that before you leave your hairdresser, you try to do a few of the hairstyles that you do. Like if you wear your hair up a lot before you leave, like tell her, let me just see if I can do my hair picked up this way. Like for example, if I pick up my hair like this, you can't see anything. Like the back is like, there's nothing there, you can't see it. But some girls do like to have their taped ins like really low, because they only wear like low ponies. So you know, it's up to you, but try the hairstyle at the salon before you leave home, because once they apply it, they can apply the solution and have the taped ins removed and then replace them wherever else you want. And then I usually use about 2 boxes, which I think it comes out to like maybe I want to say 20 little sandwiches. So when I say a sandwich, is like you take a tiny little piece of your hair, you put an extension on the bottom, and then you put the extension on the top. So then that's 1. So it really took 2. So even though like you may buy a bag that has 20 strands, remember you're going to be doing a sandwich on them, so that way like they can adhere to each other and hold onto your head for 6 to 8 weeks. So usually I think I do about 20 sandwiches to my head, maybe less. I mean, sometimes I've done like 1 and like a half. Let me see. What products do I use to keep my hair fresh? I do use many different shampoos and conditioners. I think a lot of it has to do with the shampoo and conditioner that you use, but I do believe a lot of it has to do with how often you do treatments to your hair. I do a lot of treatments with the Kerastase treatments. I do various treatments to my hair, but it's totally up to you. I do highly recommend that you do purchase a really good hair mask, and that you do it often. Sorry you guys, somebody was standing at the door and totally came in, and even though we were not open. But here's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it very helpful, and I will catch you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and till next time, bye.